cavers, so we've got handstand push-ups in our next workout. This is the first time that handstand push-ups have been seen in the open. And we know some people have been working on them, some people don't have them yet. We're going to talk about how we're going to get those couple of reps for those that just need to get a couple of reps in. We're going to work on improving cycle time, getting them more efficient, because as the rounds go on in this one, the numbers get higher. Amanda will be talking about that later, how this workout pattern goes. Key thing on handstand push-ups that we want to be really aware of is cervical positioning. We want to make sure that your neck's really straight, so that as you come down to your head, you're going to be nice and square. If your head's in this position, you can handle tons of load. As soon as you tip either forward or backward, we have a compromised position, and we're going to be actually kipping off our head and putting a lot of pressure there. So the number one thing we want to focus on is keeping the head nice and straight, really square. All the load will be right on the crown of your head, right there, right on the top. Okay? Key point is as you're lowering down from the handstand to your head, if you are not very experienced with this, we want that to be a nice controlled motion. Okay, we're not going to be descending quickly. We want to make sure that we actually control the eccentric down to the ground. Alright? This handstand push-up has to start and finish in full handstand. So you can't just kick up on your head. You have to start in a full handstand, lower down, and back up. We're going to talk a little bit about kicking and kipping position. So let's get on there. Actually, if we can bring the camera around to this side for a profile on the handstand. Thank you. Alright, Amanda's going to kick up to a handstand, then she's going to lower down to the bottom. Nice controlled, centered on the head. Now, for our leg position, what we see a lot of times, go ahead and do the knee kick. We'll see this a lot, where they bend there, and you're not going to get much power kicking there. We've got to bend at the hip, go ahead and bend down, almost like you're trying to balance something flat on your feet. And this way, we can get a nice, powerful hip extension, which is going to help with that handstand push-up. Go ahead and cycle 3 of those, Amanda. Great, come on down. Thank you very much. So, as you can see, we want to see a nice flexion in the hip so we can get a good hip drive into that handstand push-up. As soon as you start bending at just the knee, we get a quad extension, carries no power whatsoever, and it's not going to get you enough power to extend up. Even those that have a strong handstand push-up, due to the volume of handstand push-ups we're going to see on this, you're probably going to want to start kipping very early. For some of the stronger guys, first couple rounds, strict handstand push-ups if you can cycle those quickly. But that's not going to last very long at all in this. So we want to conserve the strength, conserve the fatigue. Now as far as cycle time, trying to cycle these a little bit faster, that comes down to timing and knowing when you're about to touch the ground and making sure we're hitting that compression almost like the reverse of a wall ball, except it's your legs folding in rather than your arms with a ball. Let's go ahead and cycle 5. Hitting the handstand, knees down, good kick.
Woo! No rep!
No rep. Excellent.
Good rep.
So key thing, and actually that's good to know, that rep, even though Amanda finished and got full extension on the handstand, if you do not contact the wall, and there's actually some rules about where your heels need to contact, which will be addressed later, that would be a no rep. So as far as getting your first handstand push-up, if you're working on this and your first time, be sure to grab one of the coaches. We'll help you through this. We'll make sure you get a rep or 2 of this thing. All right? Thank you very much.
Good luck!